I hope you've enjoyed this recording session of the Mishmash podcast, and right now, we're at the end of our rope, so to speak, and we'll keep it light to finish us off. We talk a lot about video game industry here on the Mishmash podcast, and with good reason. Both of us are fans of the medium, and with the gaming industry has become arguably the strongest entertainment juggernaut in popular culture today, the question for this video is what are your top 5 most anticipated video games for 2018? And I know that I messed up my words, but I am not going to re-record this. So let's move forth.
That's okay, but now you can't brag about how great you are at doing the intro for at least like 5 videos.
Oh, but I'm going to, because I do it great. Ah, what the hell? We'll do
So
it. We'll do a retake. I hope you've enjoyed this recording session. No, so what are your top 5?
Top 5
That's
video
what.
games.
It doesn't necessarily have to be 5, but
Okay,
I
so
came up with 5.
the first one that's going to come out, and I think it's coming out at January the 25th. It's called Monster Hunters, and it's an interactive monster hunting game that you can play online with friends, or you can play solo campaigns. What you do is you run around and you literally fight monsters after you hunt them. It has a really extensive character build, so you can really pick all of your own attributes. You can pick your own gear. You can pick if you're a male or female. It's really, really adaptive in that. So I plan to probably pick that up. That'll probably be my first one that is coming out.
Yeah, what's interesting is my first pick of the top 5, I would say, is a video game that you bashed earlier in our recording session. I'm excited for The Wolf Among Us Season 2, which is going to come out later this year. I'm very, very excited for it. Yeah, that's my first one.
So my second one is, and I'm hoping that they go back, because I really like the third version of this game, or the third in the series of this game. And I didn't really like the fourth one, and I really did not like Far Cry Primal. Those two were not for me, but I really think that Far Cry 5 is going to be a good game. It's set in Montana, it's about cults. I think it's going to be a really cool game.
In my second one, and it focuses on a martyr who is basically condemned to hell. This video game kind of looks like it's on the order of Dante's Inferno, maybe like an Outlast kind of game. It's called Agony, and it's one of my most anticipated games of this year. I don't have a lot of information. I believe it comes out March 30th, 2018. Of course, 2018, but I'm very excited for it, and I generally try to stay away from gameplay footage and information about a game. I basically have it as far as I look at the cover, I look at some information, go, that looks cool, I'm gonna get that. And so that's my second one.
So that leaves me to go to my third one. And these are in no certain order after that first one, saying that when they're going to come out, because I'm honestly not 100% sure when Far Cry 5 actually has the release date. I'd have to look that up. But the next one that I had on my list of 5 was Sea of Thieves, which is, I think, just a Microsoft
Yeah, it is a
exclusive.
Microsoft exclusive. It's developed by Rare, who's otherwise known for, they did the Rare Replay recently, and Banjo-Kazooie, those kinds of games.
I haven't played a good multiplayer game in quite a while. So I'm really looking forward to this. And if Monster Hunter happens to be a flop, because I also liked the look of what the last Monster Hunter game esque kind of game was Evolved. That was one of the boringest games I've ever played in my life. I got rid of it like a week after I got it. But I really think that Sea of Thieves is going to be probably the top Microsoft exclusive MMO for the year. I really think it's going to be good. It really looks good. It's kind of cartoony, but I really think it's going to be fun.
Before recently, since I've recently bought a PlayStation 4, there was a lot of PlayStation exclusives that I felt like I wasn't allowed to get excited about. One in particular, I would always have my friends tell me, like, hey, you looking forward to this game? I'm like, no, I'm not looking forward to this game because it's exclusive on the PlayStation 4. But it's developed by Insomniac. It's Spider-Man, which, generally
That
speaking,
didn't look too bad.
yeah,
Not for a superhero or like a movie game. That actually looked okay.
it's Spider-Man has had some okay games in the past. Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions wasn't too bad. It was a
The
little rough
story
around
was
the
bad, but
edges
it was fun swinging around.
in Shattered Dimensions.
Yeah. Or was it Shadow Dimensions? I think it was Shadow Dimensions. I
That
just
one.
wanted to swing around in the game, and I didn't want to really play anything else.
uh, like Shattered Dimensions was good. I like the PlayStation 1 video games as well. Of course, it's difficult to go back to those. But yeah, anyways, I'm looking forward to it. I think they're probably going to hit it out of the park. I'm not I'm honestly not that big into swinging around the cities and all this. I like it to be more linear. At least in some spots, like more condensed, kind of like the Batman Arkham games were, where had a large landscape, but would also come together every now and again. So that's my third one right there, is the Spider-Man game.
So my fourth one is a very popular series. This is actually the fourth rendition of the game or of the series, and it's one that people are going to know right off the bat. It's God of War 4. I think that it's going to be quite
Is it? They're not
amazing.
calling it God of War 4 though, are they?
No,
Because it's
they're
not the fourth game. There's God of War 1, 2, and 3. Then there was Ascension, and
yeah, but does anybody really count that?
I think so.
Oh, well,
Uh, was it?
I thought that the
Wasn't there
game.
God of War Origins as well, or did I just make that up? I don't
You
know.
might have just made that up. I have no idea. I'm counting it as the fourth, and I think that this one is just called God
God
of
of
War.
War, yeah. No, and this one's got everything going for it. It's got him. He's done what you're supposed to do in the last. I mean, at this point, he's got the Joel Last of Us beard that worked for Logan too. So maybe it'll work for him.
It looks a lot better.
Yeah.
It looks the graphics wise look a lot better. The whole gameplay looks a lot better. It doesn't look like your typical like 2D side scroller anymore.
It
And
was never a 2D side
it
scroller.
had the looks of a 2D side scroller. I know it wasn't a 2D side scroller, but it looked like one. Like that way you had to follow the transgression across the screen. I don't know. It was a lot. So God of War is my next one. And I guess technically it's not God of War 4, but I'm counting it as God of War 4 because I didn't even realize there was a God of War Origins. So,
And my fourth one is, I decided just to pick this one out because you said you don't like 2D side scrollers. So mine is Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, and it's expected to come out this year. It's been in production for a long time. Bloodstained is basically a spiritual successor to the Castlevania series. Not necessarily Castlevania Lords of Shadow and the games that they've had recently, but more in line with something like Castlevania Symphony of the Night, and I'm very much excited for it. I don't know what to expect, but I am hoping that it will deliver a fun experience. Like I said, it's been in production for a while. It had a Kickstarter that did extremely well, but I haven't seen a lot of information about it recently. And that's my fourth one.
so I'm going to go ahead and cheat and say that an honorable mention.
Is it Fable?
No, because I know that does look awesome. I just read the article for it.
Mm.
I mean, I don't know if it looks awesome, but it's awesome that they're doing it. But it's called Vampire.
Vampire? Yeah,
Vampire, is that how you say it?
yeah.
Vampire.
I'm actually excited for that as well because it's from
I
the
was actually kind of hoping you would say it, so that way I
It's.
could talk
I
about
was
it whenever
actually
you did.
going. It was going to be one of my. Seriously, in my honorable mentions, I have it right down here. It's Vampire, Detroit, and Catherine, because Catherine's going to get a remaster, but I don't think it's going to come out this year. But yeah, Vampire. It's created by Don't Nod Entertainment. They also did Life is Strange, which was a solid walking simulator kind of game, and then they also did. Remember Me, which was a pretty fun game as well, although that one kind of got lost in the shuffle. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. I'm looking forward to it.
So my last one that I know for sure that's coming out because of Pokemon, the RPG Pokemon game actually comes out for the Switch. Like that's where my life will be for the rest of forever. But games that are for sure probably coming out in 2018. My last one is Anthem. It's
That
from
one
the.
looked pretty good when I saw the trailers for
It
it.
looks quite amazing,
Isn't it
honestly.
all only online though?
It is online game. I don't know that there's going to be a story that you could play solo, but it might only be online that you could play. They haven't really come out with like the greatest amount of detail on it yet. They will have a playthrough available, a beta before it does release, but it's supposed to release in the like I think the second quarter or third quarter of the year. So we're looking at a late year release, but I think it's going to be really good, and I think that it's probably going to be the top MMO. And if it comes out as good as what it looks, I think it's going to be the best game of the year. I think it's going to win game of the year.
And my fifth one, and I'm a little tempered with this pick. Whenever I got a PlayStation 4, there was a couple games that I wanted immediately. For instance, I immediately wanted to play Uncharted 4. That was like a downright gotta get. And another video game was the Bloodborne video game. However, whenever I went and played it, I realized this plays a lot like Dark Souls, but with a different coat of paint. And I don't want that. I want them to take Dark Souls, and I want them to take the gameplay and put it in a new way and rejuvenate it with a different approach. And I'm hoping that they will do this because it's not being made by From Software. My fifth pick is a game called Code Vein. And essentially what it does, or what it seems to do, is it has gameplay elements from like a Dark Souls kind of game, but the director has been on record for saying that it's not going to be as difficult as those games were.
This is the same company.
No, it's not From Software.
Oh, okay.
It's I want to say maybe it's Bethesda. I'm not entirely sure. But it's going to be kind of looks like it has like an anime vampire-esque inspiration to it. So it looks interesting. I don't know a whole lot about it, but it's expected to come out this year. I'm looking forward to it. It's I think I would say it's my fifth pick.
Well, I think that runs down ours. What is your guys' 5 picks for the top video games that you are anticipating for 2018? You can leave it down in the comments. Also, like and subscribe if you liked our videos. And thank you for listening to Mishmash Podcast.